Hi there, everybody. My name is Russ Laggan. You are watching the Big Agent Meeting. It is October 3rd, and we've got a show lined up for you today. So to kick off today, we're going to have a conversation with Ian Wheatley about KGCI Radio. We've got Holly Mabery talking about some brokerage stuff and brokerage updates. We've got some promotions that you guys need to know about with the EXPcon. And then, of course, Bryon Ellington is going to do a small segment talking about some stuff with Zoocasa. So before we kick all that off, let me jump right into Attraction Advantage segment of the show, which is the show that I kick off with now. So here's the thing, guys. There's two things you need to be looking at in your business. Is what are the things that are working in your business and what are the things that are working on your business? So when we look at this, I don't have my whiteboard because I'm in Vancouver. So I brought my own whiteboard. It's a BYOW. Bring your own whiteboard. So when you're working on your business, it's doing the things that make your business grow, make your business climb. It's the money-making, income-generating activities. And then the in the business stuff, if you get wrapped up working in the business, that is the non-money-making stuff. That's the stuff to get the contract from contract to close. That's in the business. That's the busy work. It still has to get done. Yes, I get it. Still has to get done. But if you don't keep focused and working on the business, what you end up with is this up and down yo-yo of a real estate business. So we hear people talking about this all the time. Russ, it seems like I got a bunch of deals and I got a bunch of not deals, a bunch of space in between. And that is the normal ebb and flow of a real estate business. And a big part of that is because you get a deal under contract and then you spend that extra 20, 30 hours getting it to the closing table. And that 20, 30 hours, you're not doing the working on the business part. You're not meeting new people a lot of times. You're not adding people to your sphere of influence. A lot of times you're skipping adding the value. You're not doing the videos like you should and the promos like you should and the social posts like you should. So all of those things roll right into attraction also. And you might go, wow, Russ, how are you tying this together? Like attraction is the same thing, right? So when you're looking at the on the business attraction things, is like how many agents did you add to your sphere of influence? Every single week, you should have a number, whatever that is, that works for your business and your style and where you're trying to go. If it's like for some of you guys, it might be just like add one real estate agent to my sphere of influence every week, or add 5 real estate agents to my sphere of influence every week. The cool part is you're going to bump into them at board events. You're going to bump into them at open houses. You're going to bump into them. God forbid you have a listing. You're going to have real estate agents popping out of the woodwork. And every single one of those are people that you can add to your sphere of influence. So the next time you get a listing, an agent calls, boom, drop them in your sphere of influence. You get people that want to show the house, boom, drop them in your sphere of influence. After the thing goes under contract, just reach out to the agent and say, hey guys, just want to let you know, property went under contract. And if for some reason it falls apart, I'm going to let you know first. And by the way, after we get this thing closed, every time we close a deal within the next 6 months, we list another house in the same area within eyesight of it. So if we pop another one in this neighborhood, I'll make sure I put you on the list to let you know first. Does that sound good? Yeah, now they know what's going on. Number 2, you've offered to give them something and add value to them. And number 3, you're keeping them in the loop on what's going on. So there's a lot of really great stuff that goes along with that helps you work on the attraction part of the business while you're working in the residential selling homes part of the business. So when you start to look at the two as together, and you start to look at the two as one business with just 2 aspects to one business, 2 sides to one coin, you can start to see how there's a bunch of ways you can dovetail attraction into your business while you're doing production and make it super simple. All right, there's the Attraction Advantage tip of the week for Friday Big Agent Meeting, October 3rd. Next up, we have Holly Mabery with a brokerage brief giving you guys the best of the best on what EXP is doing and what you need to know to take your business to the next level. Take it away, Holly.
Well, I've been thinking a lot about you guys this week. It's been a week of a lot of different headlines. And I think at the end of the day, the headlines that matter are the ones that impact our clients, right? What are the conversations you and I need to be having with our clients, especially in their midst of purchasing a property, putting their property on the market? That's all that matters. Everything else is noise. So as you start to break things down, obviously, the government shutdown and everything that's been going on, that gives some concern. What does this mean for me and my family? Because at the end of the day, all politics are local. Everything that we see is all about how it impacts the family. Now, this is what I want you to know. I want you to be aware of the headlines only so you can speak to how you take care of people and be moving people forward. And this becomes so important because as you and I know what's going on, I can focus on you. I can take care of my clients. And this is where I want you to be. So what does this mean for your pipeline? Yes, we do have the government shutdown as of the 3rd of October. It's a Friday. Okay, fine. This is what it means. FHA, VA, USDA loans, we may see some delays just because of staff, etc. So loan approvals may take just a little bit longer, but work with your local lender, see what that looks like. Now, IRS transcripts. This is the 4506C. This is, hey, proof of income and filing, all of that good stuff. That could also take a little bit longer just because the IRS gets backed up. Okay, fully understandable. And some of your lenders may have already accounted for this. They may have workarounds, things of that nature. Also, Social Security verifications taking a little bit longer, not a problem. Build in that extra time. But the one that will derail your closing, especially if you're looking to close in the next 10 days, could be flood insurance. The National Flood Insurance Program is underwritten by the federal government. So anyone getting a loan that also is required to have flood insurance, you may be paused, you may be stalled. And this is something that I know I passionately have worked on for many, many years. I sit on the insurance committee at the National Association of Realtors. And of course, NAR is advocating tremendously to get something going so NFIP can be issued to those homes that are impacted by flood zone. Okay, so we know that these are the big headlines. We know this is how it will impact kind of overall. What is most important to that client that you've got who is under contract or shopping right now, or maybe they're listing? You pick up the phone. Y'all, this is not an email. This is not a text message. You have to pick up the phone. And I want you to call and say, hey, I'm aware of, this is what I know. I've spoken with the lender. I've spoken with your insurance agent. Let's talk about strategy. I'm working with the other side as far as the listing agent, if I'm representing a buyer, things of that nature. This is what's so important. These messages, they need to hear your voice. They need to know it's going to be okay. They need to know that you are their advocate and coming to protect them, and you have answers. Even though you may not know when the government comes back into session, when the everything will be funded, I don't know that either. But I do know this. You and I will continue to communicate and take care of our client. So the biggest actions I want is I want you to look at your entire pipeline. Who do you have under contract? Those are the most critical to serve. What kind of loan do they have? FHA, USDA, VA, great. Call that lender right now. Anybody needing flood insurance. So if you are in your inspection period and don't know if it's in a flood zone, please be pulling that right now. You can check either on county records, you can go to floodinsurance.gov, all of those different things, and be able to pull to determine, hey, am I in flood zone? Also, look at the seller disclosure. Is the seller currently paying for flood insurance? That's the next step. I want you to check it early. And honestly, pro tip, if I'm out showing houses this afternoon, I'm pulling, hey, do you have flood insurance? Because insurance rates, as we've talked about, they're creeping up a little bit. And so that may be part of my negotiating strategy. I want to know, like, hey, if insurance is higher, gosh, buyer, do you want to offer a little bit less? This is a buyer's market in many instances. Why not negotiate? The IRS forms, go ahead and ask for those in advance. Really be proactive with your buyer's lender. It makes a huge difference. Now, if I'm on the seller's side, hey, I'm asking, how far along the approval process did you get? Did you pull those IRS forms? And those are, if I'm under contract, I'm calling the buyer's lender and asking, where are we at? Because I want to also build a cushion for my sellers if they've got to move, they're scheduling movers, they've got to move to another property. Oh my gosh, they're closing escrow on another property, they're buyers. Yeah, I want to make sure that daisy chain of events all works out. And of course, I'm going to continue to update all parties. As I know something, I will then turn around and put in writing what I just learned, and I will send it out. And I'll also be calling my client very frequently. That's the key in all of this. Phone call, follow up an email. Phone call, follow up an email. It makes a huge difference. So if you're continuously calling your top 5 clients, hey, I see you, I understand what's going on, and I want to be proactive, it makes a difference. Now let's talk about social media. And this is where it gets really tricky. I don't need you to advocate for one side or the other if you're thinking about big government. I want you to be the advocate for clients. And I think what's so important right here is to remind people that, hey, I do this for a living. We have seen these kind of events in the past, and these are things that I do to be proactive on my client's behalf. Anytime you enter the conversation talking about other people and how you take care of them, it elevates. I don't need you to talk about government. I want you to focus on the client and the people you care about and basically you want to go to work for. Makes a huge, huge difference. Now, this is the other thing. I don't want you to be a parrot. It's really more about your strategic and proactive approach, being calm and confident. And this is the thing. When you know more, calm comes. You have more confidence. So if I've talked to the lender, I know that everything's on track. I can relay that information. Or if I know, oh my gosh, we are going to be delayed because the IRS is backed up, we can't get the income verification. Great. What does that time frame look like? And then I'm going to schedule accordingly. This is what's so important when you're looking at all of this information. It's really about, rather than just repeating what's in the headline, talk about what it means for them. And so this is how I would start kind of that conversation. Here's what this means for you, and this is how we're going to handle it. It's a very simple, like, say it with me. This is what's happening, and this is how we're going to handle it for you. It makes a huge, huge difference. And always, when you think about the market that you work in, anywhere in the United States, anytime you are talking from, hey, this is a place of locality, how we take care of each other makes a huge difference. See, you cut out the uncertainty and you don't get the chaos when you focus on that forward thinking. I always loved planning in advance. And I'll be honest, I always started with the end in mind. Now is the perfect time of year. If you've got any client who's like, wow, I'd really like to be in for the holidays. I'd love to be able to host Thanksgiving or Christmas or Hanukkah. Fantastic. Let's talk about what that looks like for you. As a result, in order to host Thanksgiving, okay, we want to probably be moved in and settled. Is that fair? Yeah, absolutely. Well, how long would it take you to be settled in your house? Well, probably about 2 weeks. Okay, great. Then if Thanksgiving is the last week of November on the 27th, we should probably be closing no later than the 5th. As a result, because that gives you 2-3 solid weeks to move in, be comfortable, and plan for, in case something takes a little bit longer. So we're going to plan for closing on the 5th. Well, in order to close on the 5th, we're probably looking at a 30-day escrow. Today's October 3rd. Guess what we should probably be doing this weekend? Let's go find you a house. Anytime you create that opportunity for people to understand what their goals are and what that time frame is and it means, you bring certainty and you clear the clutter. You are forward thinking, and that strategy pays off every single time. So right now, I don't care what the headlines are. What I care about are the clients in front of me and in front of you and how we communicate with them. Always be proactive. Lean into your buyer and seller listing kits. We've got them here online for you. And if you have any questions, please reach out to your state brokers or myself. We're so happy to help.
All right. Thank you, Holly. Always appreciate that. Thank you for always bringing us the best. Thank you for being on the top of your game and being involved in the business and knowing what's going on the ground all the time. We really appreciate you and what you bring to the table. All right. Next up, got a short video. Hey, guys, if you didn't know, EXPcon is only, 2.5 weeks away? 2.5 weeks from now, I'm going to be flying to Miami, and I'm hoping to see a whole bunch of you guys there. It's not too late. You can still get a ticket. You can still get a flight. You can still get a hotel. Show up and connect. Check out this quick promo video.
Hey, what's happening, friends? This is Nonaka from the big island of Hawaii. We're the #1 team in Hawaii. Got 150 agents across all of the islands. We'll do 1,000 transactions this year, and I'm super looking forward to EXPcon. We'll be doing a session on coaching, training, and onboarding agents. Join us. We'll be walking you through our entire process on how we do that, and hopefully providing you a ton of value. Every time I get the opportunity to do this, I bring straight tactics and strategy, no theory, no philosophy. And so I'm gonna walk you through exactly what we do step by step to bring agents onto our team, successfully train them, and then put them into our processes to make them successful as quickly as we possibly can. So look forward to seeing you in October in Miami at EXPcon.
Hi, Hi, I'm Kim Frazier with EXP Realty, and I am so excited to be sharing with you that I will be speaking from stage at a breakout session on the secrets of top selling agents. I'm so excited to share all of my secrets that have elevated me to the top 1% of all realtors for over 20 years. See you in Miami.
Super excited about EXPcon. I'm telling you what, if you weren't built for speed and you were built for power, this is for you, because we are going to bring some serious power. We're going to bring all the secrets out there. I get to speak on stage with Gail DeMarco, who is amazing, and she is going to drop all kinds of nuggets on you, all the secrets of how to build your organization. If you've been trying to figure out, okay, hey, we're selling, but I got to start building. It's not either or, it's and we're going to teach you how to do this with all the secrets.
This is the best time. We've never had better tools than we have right now to grow an organization, to grow your business.
We're going to unlock those tools for you. We're going to show you, but you've got to register and you've got to come to be in that room. Don't ever miss out on the opportunities. We're going to share it, show it to you, show you exactly how to use all these tools she's talking about, all the toolkits, everything that's there laid out for you to make this simple. If you're starting off new, like she said, or if you're a power player, it's time to step up your game. Get in that room with us. I promise we will do it.
Let's do this.
All right, there you go. Again, guys, gals, if you haven't signed up for EXPcon and you're still on the fence, get off the fence, right? Get into that spot where you feel a sense of connection, you feel a sense of community. And we know when you feel connected, you feel community, that your business actually does better. People say, well, I want to feel connected to stuff. And yes, it's a precursor to you having a good, strong, solid business. When you feel connected to something bigger than yourself, it's important to do. Maybe a couple dollars out of your pocket to make it happen. But just think, if I could get one more sale from one thing I learned in 1 week being in Miami and feel connected, I get one more sale, I'm net ahead, probably 70 or 80%. So all you need to do is to learn one thing to get you one sale, and it's worth your while, and you feel connected. So hope to see you guys at EXPcon. All right, coming up next, Bryon Ellington, Chief Learning Officer of EXP, with Brittany Kostov, talking about Zucasa. If you don't know about Zucasa, check this out. It's a zoo.
So when you think about how you guys onboard agents to Zucasa, can I start kind of at the very beginning, which is like, how do you go recruit those agents to come in and be part of Zucasa?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work exclusively with EXP agents, right? So we have our pool of agents that we are choosing from within EXP. So Evelyn Anders would be someone that I would even encourage to kind of connect with out beyond this call, because she really takes on our recruiting efforts. She is sort of the one who's sort of hitting the roads, hitting the phones, and bringing our agents from EXP, just really getting in front of them where our agents gather already. So that looks like the provincial sales meetings and things like that. When there's area rallies, she's going to be there as well, sort of Zucasa's cheerleader, right? Really making sure that just everyone is aware of exactly who we are and what we can do for our EXP agents. So in terms of recruiting, it is a team effort, absolutely, but Evelyn certainly holds the record for bringing our agents in and making sure that that awareness is spread throughout EXP. So again, she will be, she's at the EXPcon events. We've got our booth there set up as well, but it really does go beyond that. They've also, as we continue to spread out into the US and start to work with many of our EXP agents in the US across several different states, she's hitting the phones as well, right? We're identifying areas where we do have these leads coming through, and we need to quickly sort of almost backtrack and get our agents to be able to support these leads as well.
Okay. And once they do onboard, are there burning hoops that they have to jump through to get into the Zucasa ecosystem?
So great point. So even before we get to onboarding, we do have a hoop to jump through, because I think we all can probably attest to the fact that free leads sound great, right? Yeah, sign me up, send me your leads, and that's great. So we are a high accountability program. We pride ourselves on that, absolutely. So what we do make sure is that we're aligned up front. We never want to overpromise and underdeliver, and we want to make sure that expectations are laid out from the beginning. So what that looks like is we have days 1, 2, and 3 introduction to Zucasa, and I'm hosting those sessions. They're 1 hour each. And it's essentially where I invite everyone together, everyone that Evelyn has been able to connect with, where we know we have leads to support them, and say, please just come and learn more. And even if we don't necessarily have leads in your area, there are likely agents in your downline, in your circle, in your sphere, or even outside of EXP that that you're in touch with in areas where we do need that support. So it might not be the right fit for you, but it could potentially be the right fit for someone in your sphere, in your circle. So once they attend, full attendance with cameras on is required in order to work through those 3 days. And on day one, I am introducing and setting the standard that I'm going to give you a bit of homework. And really the homework is we're essentially testing the agents that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. It really is that simple. It's nothing sort of too creative. Essentially what we've rolled out is I am asking you to preview 10 properties at your leisure, at your own pace. So what that looks like is I have agents, and we just completed our day 1 to 3, our intro to Zucasa last week. And I said, okay, complete your 10 previews as quickly or as quickly or as slowly as you like. I have agents submitting them at the end of day 1. They're like, I'm good to go. I'm pumped. Here are my previews. This is what I learned at each property. And they're really excited. So once they send me their list, and it's as simple as you can send me an Excel sheet, you can send me an email just with that property addresses, you can send me the MLS number, whatever it is. It shouldn't be too much of a challenge, just whatever's easiest for you. You send that to me, and then I send you a link to book a one-on-one. So once you've attended those 3 days and you've submitted your homework, now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of where you are in your business and what your expectations, after I've rolled out exactly what Zucasa does for you, and I've provided some golden coaching nuggets in those sessions as well, right? So they understand what they're signing up for. Because a lot of times programs can, promise the world, but they want to understand, okay, what are you really like to work with on a daily basis? Because it is a high accountability, a close contact program. We see each other daily in our daily huddles, and we can kind of maybe get into that as well. But essentially what we want to see is cameras on, full attendance to all 3 days, submit your 10 previews, and then we're going to sit down for an interview, you and I, one-on-one, and we're going to talk about what are you looking for and can we deliver? Do our expectations line up?
The previews, it sounds like there's some sort of form where you're asking specific questions that they have to answer about the previews to kind of verify that they've actually gone out and done the preview.
Ooh, and I address that up front, Bryon. So I say on day 3, I say, listen, if you guys are thinking that this is for you and all she's really asking for is just a sheet with an address on it, and you're kind of maybe considering, couldn't I just email her a list of properties that I haven't previewed, but you know what, here, this is to fulfill the requirement of the homework. Just take that as what it is. I want to call that out right up front, because if that's sort of where you're headed, you're going to waste a lot of time onboarding with us just to be offboarded within the first month. So I just urge you, if that's what you're considering doing, it's not going to be the right fit. And, let's save everyone sort of the time and energy.
And at a higher level, what I just heard you say is I'm going to go through 3 sessions, about an hour and a half each.
Yep.
And so meet the tech, understand the team, the ISAs. I'm assuming in here somewhere we're teaching ALM and things of that nature, follow-up strategies and expectations and standards, how you're metricizing them. All that. Okay.
Yep.
And is that it? It's so 3 days and I'm done, and now I'm open for business.
So now once you've attended day 3, that is when your leads will start as early as day 3. Once you've met with the ISAs, we've now essentially activated you to start receiving our leads. Because again, that is one of the biggest defining factors of our program, is that yes, we're going to give you coaching and training, accountability and tools, but we're giving you real people to practice and to be in practice with. So we start that immediately. And for some agents, depending on, now this is, as of right now, it's mainly just for our Ontario agents within the GTA, but some agents might be accepted into the program that have not yet ever done a buyer deal. So we're actually able to work with them and start them on rental leads. So you will also see in our school platform that there's a whole section dedicated to, rental leads. So their criteria in order to earn buyer leads is if they close 6 rental leads within 3 months. Now we have agents closing and doing their own challenge within our program to close 10 leads a month, 10 lease leads each month. And we have agents meeting that benchmark. So we know that the leads and the opportunities are there, because oftentimes we'll have agents come in that have never done a deal, that have, they've never gone through the paperwork, and whether they're nervous or not, we know that they need to start to get into build their confidence, even potentially for some of them, right? So that's one way that we're able to introduce that, is by you close 6 company provided leases within 3 months, And we will then schedule an interview to see, hey, how did you use our systems to follow up with your leads? Did you call them all? Did you log your notes? Did you follow up accordingly? Did you do good paperwork and you were able to represent them? Now let's have that conversation about earning the leads for buyers and sellers, and then we can turn them on at that point.
And you mentioned the 4 huddles, Monday through Thursday. Are those mandatory attendance required? Is that like once a week? How often?
They are there 4 days a week. They are there Monday through Thursday for 15 minutes. That is our ask. And that is laid out in the intro to Zoocasa 3-day session. So that is on day 3. I say, this is a question to ask yourself. If you have a prior commitment for 15 during this 15-minute window, it actually might not be the right fit for us. Because if you have, yep.
I'm sorry, just a clarifying question. Is that only during some sort of defined onboarding period, or is that in perpetuity?
That is while you're in the program.
Okay.
Every Monday through Thursday.
So I'm supposed to show up Monday through Thursday. By the way, what time do you do your huddles?
So we have 2 scheduled. I host them all, and there's a point and a specific talking point each day. So they are not, hey, how's everybody doing? It's, I am running these huddles. You are starting your day. You are in the middle of calling your people at this point. So we have the 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's typically where Ontario essentially and East, everyone is joining that huddle. And then 11 a.m. Eastern time, which is where our West Coast agents are joining. So it could be 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. for them.
And those 2 calls are identical?
Identical.
Okay. So if you miss, okay, get yourself to the other one. And do you have like a 3 strikes and you're out policy? Like
it's a conversation. So we track attendance. So that is automatically tracked. I mean, we know, and that's the other piece too, right? Is we know that life happens. We have some agents that will say very much up front, listen, that's the exact time that I drop my kids off. Like, it's not the most convenient time for me. So to your point, Bryon, we say, no worries, there's this other option available. But for a lot of agents not on the West Coast, they're not exactly potentially able or willing to get on a 6 a.m. huddle for 15 minutes, which I completely understand. So That's where it's saying, you know what, you can throw your camera off, and you know what, because we know that agents, they might join, they're going to attend, but cameras off because they're driving the kids to school. And it's great because a lot of times I've had agents call me and say, hey, you know, my kids enjoy this part of the day. We get to listen to the huddle. We get to listen to Anthony talk about objections, and we get to hear, you know, the agent calls on Thursdays. So it's become a part of the day-to-day. And it's important to understand that we drive home that the point of the Zoocasa Agent Accelerator program is to get you into momentum and to fly the nest. We want you to become this agent that you are doing it on your own. So yes, there is high accountability at the beginning, but there's a progression. You're meeting with us for our daily huddles, and you're meeting with your coach once every 2 weeks. As you progress through the program, the huddles remain, but your coaching will start to dial back. That accountability piece will start to dial back because we see that you're doing the right things that have gotten you into consistent production. And then you will graduate from the program. That's the goal. So they're working towards something, Bryon. It's not, this is the rest of my life. This is the rest of my career. It's for 2 years, let's say, I am focused and dialed in on showing up every single day, making sure I'm taking the value that's being provided to me, passing it out to my clients, because I haven't seen consistent success before on my own. So I'm going to surround myself with other people that are sharing wins and sharing, I mean, you know, sometimes we call them cheat sheets or shortcuts, but true defining habits that will make a difference for them in their business. And they need to be present for those if they're going to make it long-term in this industry.
All right, there you go. There's a couple of highlights from the session that Bryon did with Brittany talking about Zucasa. So if you guys want to get more information, make sure you jump on the EXP YouTube channel. And by the way, when you're on the EXP YouTube channel, or if you're watching this on the EXP YouTube channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you connect it to us so when we pop new stuff out that you get to see that first and it pops up into your feed. So make sure you like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. All right, next up, University Spotlight with Alyssa Speck. Take it away, Alyssa.
What's up, everybody? Alyssa Speck with EXP University, back again with your University Spotlight. Guys, this next week is all about leading with intention, building with systems, and scaling in a way that actually lasts. So here's what's coming your way next week. Starting with Monday, we have Level Up with Amy Broghammer. Now, she's got 20 years of experience in this industry, over 1,000 homes sold. So Amy knows a thing or two about sustainable success. She's going to talk to you about the proof that consistency plus clarity is going to bring you long-term results. So don't miss that. Again, that's on Monday. Then let's look over to Thursday. We're back with another amazing executive masterclass, this time with our Chief Learning Officer, Mr. Bryon Ellington. He is going to be flipping the script on leadership. He's teaching you how to design and lead mastermind sessions that actually drive results, not just talk. So if you're building a leadership brand, a team culture, or you just want to make your masterminds more impactful, this session is for you. And then we're back to Friday with another big agent meeting. You're here now, so you know exactly what you get. You get top producers, real strategies, and mindset shifts that actually matter. So tune in again next week back here for the big agent meeting. But we're not done with Friday yet. Friday, we're back with another The Lab podcast with Chris Craddock. So we're closing out the week with the founder of the Redux Group. And guys, he's sharing how he scaled from investor to a 200 mil plus team leader by combining investment strategies, agent systems, and daily habits that drive real growth. And remember, guys, we're going to be sharing some teaser clips here on BAM, but you can catch that full interview on the Lab on the EXP Realty YouTube channel. Guys, tag your team, block your calendars, and I'll see you there.
All right, there you go. University update every single week, 50, 60, and a library of stuff that you guys can study and dig into. We've got the best of the best in the country that teach, train, coach, and show you guys what's working on today. Remember back in the day when you go to the office and they play you a video from like Roger Butcher? Like, do you remember the group called Sweat Hogs? Like, who wants to belong to that group ever, right? And they play videos that were 10 and 12 and 14 and 15 years old. So guys, this is on the ball right now in today's market. Update stuff with people that are being successful right now in this unique market, in all kinds of unique markets. So make sure that you check out what's going on in university to help take your business to the next level. Just commit to learn one thing a week. Just one thing a week. At the end of a year, you've got 52 new things in your pocket and makes your next year a lot easier. All right, there you go. So with that said, here's a QR code. Guys, let us know how we did today. Give us a scale, a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, let us know how we did. And of course, always feel free to add in some comments in there. Some of you guys put some zingers in there. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And make sure you let us know how we're doing. All right, there it is, October 3rd. This is the beginning of Q4 2025. You guys take your business to the next level to have a best 2026. You want to make sure your 2025 fourth quarter is strong. This is the quarter right now to set up a strong 2026. So do the things you need to do. Show up at EXPcon, learn some stuff at university, and I'm going to see you guys have the best 2026 ever. Stay tuned. Coming up next, iConversations. I'll see you guys next week.